Okay, so we're ready to get started. Why don't we start with the first person on our list? That doesn't mean anything for the rest of the 8. You know, you're all fantastic, right? Michelle, and I'd like to turn it over to Katie. Katie is Michelle's advisor. I'll turn it over to Katie, and Katie, you can say a few words about Michelle.
Michelle Barron has been such a delight to have around the department. In her work, Michelle is especially focused on experimental methods within sociophonetics and on pidgin, both of which are areas that are very near and dear to me. And it's been a joy to work with a student who is keen to combine those areas. Michelle, it's so wonderful watching you grow as a scholar, and I look forward to learning from the work you do in the future. Congratulations on receiving your MA.
Hey, Michelle. Michelle, do you want to say a few words?
Thanks, everyone. I don't know what else to say. I really appreciate that. Getting emotional. I've made a lot of friends here, and all the faculty has helped me so much, and and Jen and John and everyone. So thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. This is awkward, I know, but thank you. Yeah, one more time for Michelle. Jessica. Jessica, I'm going to turn it over now to Andrea. Andrea is Jessica's advisor. Andrea, do you want to say a few words?
Sure. I'm going to try to get through this without crying. It's so nice to see all of you here together. I've seen different groups of you throughout the second half of the semester, and just to have all of you here at once is really lovely. So, Kamal, thanks for organizing this. Okay, so Jess Charest is finishing her MA with us this semester. Before she arrived here, she was working as a faculty member at the Oglala Lakota College in North Dakota, and that interest has continued with her, and she's actually just finished her final project on idiophones in Lakota. So if you haven't seen that presentation yet, it's on YouTube, and I suggest you go watch it because it's very good. I also wanted to point out that over the last 2 years, Jess has taken on numerous leadership roles in the department, including the LDTC, the ICLDC, the LSH, and she was even the GSO rep for the department as well, and she said that that work was especially rewarding to her. Jess is currently deciding on whether to stay here in Honolulu for a while or head back to her home state of New York. But Jess, huge congratulations on your MA.
Hey, Jess.
Thank you,
Thank
Andrea.
Go right ahead, Jess.
Thank you so much to all the faculty that I've gotten the opportunity to work with, to all the people who've taught me so much, and to my peers. It's been such an honor and a privilege. I'll miss you all very much.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, so next it's Keane. So Keane couldn't be here. As many of you know, he's teaching, so he teaches a lot. But I'll turn it over again to Andrea, who's also his advisor, to say a few words about Keane.
Okay, so most of us know Keane Domniguez, who isn't here today, as the very busy MA student / Kumu at the Hawaiian Immersion School in Kaneohe, who is becoming extremely interested in the future of HSL, Hawaii Sign Language. Because of the stay-at-home orders, Keane didn't have the opportunity to complete the MA project that he really wanted to do, so I thought I'd take a moment here to tell you about it. His long-term plan was, and still is, to develop a Hawaii Sign Language immersion program for Native Hawaiian deaf children. And for his MA project with us, he planned to conduct an interest survey in participating in such a program among local deaf parents and high school students. And by March, before we all had to go home, he had developed the survey instrument, booked a location for a community-wide presentation of the project, and even got 99% of the way through the IRB process before the schools were closed and he had to cancel everything. We were both really disappointed that he couldn't take this first important step towards developing an HSL immersion program this year, but I'm certain that Keane's interest in this project will continue well into the future.
Thank you, Keane. Let me just read to you what he said to me in his email. He said, "Unfortunately, I won't be able to be there. It really does mean a lot to have the moral support and backing of the department. Unfortunately, I won't be able to attend the meeting as I still have to work. Please share my aloha and mahalo with and for all of the kumu and my peers in the department." So thanks a lot to Keane for those warm words. Thank you. Okay, so those are our 3 MA graduates. I want to wish them the very best of luck. We're going to say a toast to everybody at the end. We'll come back to these 3. We're going to move on to our PhD graduates. Anna Belew, who has dual advisors. Lyle said he'd be here. Katie's definitely here. Let's turn it over to Katie. Lyle, if you're here, I can't see who's here and who's not. But Lyle, if you're here, chime in as soon as Katie is done. Yeah. So Katie, you want to take it away?
Dr. Anna Belew is someone who is exemplary both as a scholar and as a person. She produces top-notch work, and she is funny, kind, thoughtful, and humble enough to be very embarrassed probably by the words that I'm saying right now. Dr. Belew's dissertation focuses on Yasa, a coastal Bantu language spoken in Cameroon and Equatorial Guinea. The part of her dissertation that I'm especially proud of her for reports on a workshop that was designed and run by her and a member of the Yasa community. The major goals of the workshop were to promote language maintenance through teaching Yasa youth to read and write in Yasa, and to encourage those who are not proficient in Yasa to use it through giving them a space to use it without fear of judgment. The impact of the workshop went, I think it's safe to say, beyond our expectations. Not only do youth who weren't confident using Yasa prior to the workshop use it now, but the youth who were involved have continued the workshops on their own in a completely community and youth-led effort to maintain the language. I would like to ask all of you to join me in congratulating Dr. Belew in receiving her PhD and in commending her on her truly excellent dissertation work.
Yeah, Anna, thank you for joining us from, where are you joining us from?
Portland.
Portland, okay. Do you want to say a few words?
I do. I can't follow Katie's words because I'm terribly embarrassed, but I want to thank all of you, even those of you I didn't get a chance to know before I left Honolulu, for just being the most stellar department in terms of not only academic output and sort of exciting, intellectually thrilling work, but also just being a really great group of people to spend 6 difficult years with. I think a lot of PhD programs are difficult not only intellectually but interpersonally, but y'all have all just been an absolute pleasure to know, and I hope to be colleagues with you forever.
That is a hard sentiment to follow. Wow. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Let's move on to Tobias. Tobias Bloyd. Is Bob here? Bob's not here, unfortunately. Tobias, I am so happy. Oh, Bob's
It says
here?
Bob is here.
Yeah.
Bob's here?
Yes.
Bob, we can't hear you.
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
I was
Oh,
muted.
yes. Go right ahead. Go right ahead, Bob.
So Tobias, it's been a long journey. I can remember very well the beginning. It was an admissions committee meeting some years ago when I was the deciding vote to get you into the PhD program. I have to confess, Tobias, that you had me worried there for a while because it has been a very long journey, but I'm delighted to see your accomplishment in your dissertation, but most of all, your commitment to the language community that you, I think, will have a lifelong relationship to now that you've established friendships, you've established an understanding of their way of life and their values. And I think it's a beautiful thing that you will treasure for the rest of your life. And I hope that you and your whole family can be a part of it, Tobias.
All right. Tobias, do you have a few words you want to say?
Well, when you really like a journey, you want to take the scenic route. I did my best. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Congratulations, Tobias. Bryn Hauk, I'm going to turn it over to Andrea to say some words about Bryn, please.
Okay. I'm very proud that Dr. Bryn Hauk is graduating today, having just yesterday finished revising her beautiful dissertation, Deixis and Reference Tracking in Sovatush. Bryn first joined our program as an MA student back in 2012. In fact, 2 days ago, she dug up and shared with me our first ever email exchange, which was really nice to see again. And after taking a year off, she then joined our PhD program. Over the years, Bryn has had a very impressive research record with publications in 3 books, 3 conference proceedings, an article in press with Oceanic Linguistics, and 1 under consideration at Laboratory Phonology. In 2018, she won the Best Student Presentation Award at the 16th LabPhon Conference, and last year she was a winner of the GSO's first ever merit-based award for her teaching. And she also holds an NSF Doctoral Dissertation Research Improvement Grant. But in addition to her impressive academic record, Bryn has also been an outstanding citizen of our department, and she has shown great sensitivity to the hidden curriculum of academia, and in many ways has worked to level the playing field for her own students and for her fellow grad students so that linguistics is accessible to all. Bryn, I can say with certainty that you will be very missed here in the department. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Bryn Hauk on finishing her PhD and making us all very proud.
Congratulations, Bryn. You have a few words that you want to say, Bryn?
Yeah. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, everyone. Nope, I'm not going to be able to say any of the words I wanted to say without crying. So let me just say, Anna did a really good job. I repeat that sentiment. I definitely want to be your colleagues forever. And this is a weird way to end it, but it's been a really awesome journey spending this time with you all.
Thank you, Bryn. You're right, it is weird, but you know, life is weird. We're making the most of it. Next on the list is Ryan Henke. What can I say about Ryan? Ryan, I was lucky enough to have him as my student. Ryan has this work ethic that is unbelievable. I don't know if you know this about him, but he does not stop. He is a machine, and he just produces. And he does it with this smile. It's ridiculous. No human being should have those 2 qualities. But as you all know, he is one of the most liked people in the department for good reason. And he has quietly put together a really amazing record. He has done one of the most interesting dissertations that you could read. I highly recommend you pick it up and read it. And as many of you probably know, he's just accepted an offer for a tenure-track position at the University of Wisconsin. So, you know, Ryan, there's nothing else left to be said except congratulations. This has been quite a journey for you. Where are you, Ryan?
I'm here.
Ah.
Yeah, wow. I don't know what to say. That's really nice of you to say, and I really appreciate it. So, I don't know. I was trying to think of something to say before this, and I don't know. So I guess I just keep thinking about everybody that has made this possible for me. And I just feel really lucky to have been accepted to this program. And I've been able to spend the past 6 years of my life here. And it's been really, really special. And I just feel really lucky. So yeah, thanks to Kamal, Andrea, William, everybody, just everybody. So yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Ryan. Okay, so Peter, where are you, Peter? I'm going to turn it over to William to say some words about Peter Schuelke.
Okay. So, Peter, even before Peter joined our PhD program, he'd become a champion of Roviana, a language of the Solomon Islands. And through many years of hard work and field trips, he was able to figure out the essentials of the language's really unusual morphosyntax. In the process, he became the world's leading expert on the grammar of that language, and I'm sure that his work is going to trigger great interest in the Austronesian community in the months and years ahead. And we should all be genuinely impressed by Peter's findings and the fact that they were made when he was a student in our program. So, Dr. Schuelke, congratulations on your success. We're all very proud of you.
You're here. Peter, the floor is yours.
I don't have much to say. I'm really glad to have the opportunity to study at UH. Overall, I would say that the PhD was very fun and pretty easy because you choose exactly what you want to do and do that. So if anybody's thinking to switch from MA to PhD, I would say go for it. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Peter. We might have not done it right if it was easy. Maybe there's a mistake with you. Yeah. Okay, last amongst our PhD students, but certainly not least, is Dr. Gyu-ho Shin. I'm going to turn it over to William to say some words about Gyu-ho.
Gyu-ho. Gyu-ho took a phenomenon, namely the acquisition of case and word order in Korean, that most of us, myself included, thought was already pretty thoroughly studied. But he showed us all how much there was still to learn with the help of a unique experimental design and the most thorough analysis ever of mother-to-child speech in Korean. He was able to develop new insights into the acquisition of case and also into the methodologies that are needed to study it. He knows more now about this important topic than anyone else in the world. I'm very proud of what he's done. Dr. Shin, congratulations on your success.
Congratulations. Gyu-ho, do you have some words?
Yeah, sure. Thank you all, including Jan and John. Thank you for your support. My pitch journey was a very invaluable time, full of challenges, but it was very, very enjoyable intellectually. And my special appreciation goes to William. I am lucky to have you as my advisor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gyu-ho. Okay, those are our 9 graduates. Once again, you know, I think this is such a bittersweet moment. It always is at graduation time. Having, you know, seeing the fruit of all that labor and watching you develop this way, but then having to think about you leaving, it's very hard. But it's also, you know, a very proud moment as well. And I think everybody here is kind of feeling the same sort of bittersweetness. Before we do a toast, I want to mention 2 very special people. Rory Turnbull, as we all know, is leaving the department. In fact, he has already left Hawaii. He came to us in 2017. We hired him as our phonologist. He does computational phonology, as you know, and he just fit right in. And he has been an amazing addition to the department. He really contributed in a very significant way to not just the students that he supervised, but everyone, I think. So students and colleagues benefited greatly from his presence here. Sounds like a eulogy. It's not. He's going to Newcastle, as you know. And he will still be in touch with us. I think he's remaining in touch with many of the students that he is collaborating with. So he's not disappearing. And in his place, we are hiring Shalise Easterday, who will be here late July, probably having to self-quarantine for 2 weeks, might be physically in the building by the first day of classes, hopefully. So we're very lucky to be having Shalise join us. But we're sad to see Rory leave, but you know, I think he's going on to a better personal situation for himself. So I just want to recognize that and have it on the record that we are really quite sad to see him leave, but optimistic and wishful for his future. Hopefully he'll get to see this. And last but certainly not least, it's Grant Muagututi'a, who, Grant, we've known you now for, what is it, 6 years? 4 years in the PhD and 2 years as our unit mastery instructor, where you've done amazing things, both in the degree, but also in unit mastery. Many of you know that Grant has just accepted an offer, a tenure track offer at Cal State San Marcos. He will be beginning in August, online it seems, right? As of a couple of days ago, that was announced. But we're incredibly proud of you, Grant, and I really hope that we remain connected. You are connected to this department, and I hope that you will be coming back to us soon, every once in a while, because you, like the others, are part of the history of this department. And I'll say that again to everyone in just a few minutes when we do the toast. So thank you very much for your last 2 years, Grant. Do you have any parting words for us?
Sure. I'd just like to say thank you to everyone for an awesome experience at UH, and like to echo Anna's sentiment and everyone's sentiment really, in that I realized early on coming into this department and having worked and collaborated with other departments on campus. What a gem the linguistics department is at UH. And so I want to say thank you to you all, faculty, staff, students, for making it so, not only in the level of scholarship, but also just in the level of mutual respect, collaboration, and just goodwill overall. And so thank you so much for making this a wonderful experience, and I will indeed stay connected with you all. And I like to especially thank Kamo as my advisor and my mentor for the last 6 years, from day one of being accepted all the way through my PhD program and through the job search to this new career path. You have been there for me, and I just really want to thank you so much, both personally and academically and professionally. And I know a lot of us have had that same experience with our advisors, and I just think what a wonderful and blessed experience I've had. And so, thank you so much.
Thank you, Grant. Thank you very much. Well, folks, we're now at a time to do our graduate toast. I'd like to ask everybody to get some drinking vessel, if you can. It doesn't have to contain anything illicit. Doesn't have to contain anything, actually. But please hold it up to the camera. And let's say a toast for our 9 graduates and our 2 faculty that are departing. What I want to say to you all is that you may be departing, but you are now part of the fabric of this department. You are what makes us, us. And when you leave, you need to remember that your place is here and you can come back anytime. If you need to talk with people here, you come back and you talk with us. It's not an imposition, it's a pleasure when we hear from our alumni. So to you all, let's see you shine now.
Hip, hip, hooray.
Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to everyone.
Congratulations.
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 Congratulations.